We'll take out the sentry on western parapet first, then we'll charge the main gate. Now here's one who I know is loyal to the king. It's good to see you again, my friend. You're going to find this hard to believe, but the damned Imperials are here. They've seized control of the city. Now here's one who I know is loyal to the king. They're in league with the damned Withered Hand. As if we didn't have enough necromancers to deal with already. No matter what, we can't allow the Imperials to get a foothold here. We're going to take the city back and kill them. All of them. I'm glad I have one of us fooled. The Imperial Curs actually have one up on us. They're holding hostages, and the king doesn't want their blood on his hands. I need someone, an official, to go in and free the hostages. What do you say? Your loyalty to the crown will be rewarded, my friend. You have my word. I can even make this easier for you. Wear this Imperial armor, and you should be able to walk around the city unnoticed. Here you go. This should help you get around the city unnoticed while you're freeing the hostages. Be wary, though. Some of the Imperials may not be so easily fooled. Oh, no, exactly. Our spies in Cyrodiil knew nothing about it. I suspect they've been in league all along, though. Probably some necromancer treaty they all signed in blood or something. Either way, my blade doesn't discriminate. Generally speaking, I'm sure they are. But I'm more concerned about the Withered Hand. Those evil bastards won't rest until they've killed every last one of us. We can't fight the Imperials if we're all dead. They've gone from bad to worse. The Horajad can't even go out in public without getting heckled, crazy as it sounds. The damn crowns have people believing that if the king steps down, the Withered Hand problem will just go away. I heard. Prince Azaz's singing your praises all across the desert. The prince might be headed here soon. I hope so, and I hope the two of you can find that last Ansei ward.
Dirty pig. Whatever you do to me, I will be avenged. You people were fools to even set foot upon Alik'r's sands. Wait, you're not an Imperial, are you? Good. I don't think I could have tolerated another day up here. I'm afraid of heights, you know. I trust the other hostages are being freed as well. happened here? This is terrible. Did the Imperials do this? I hope Shiri was not here. Did you find any evidence that she visited? The leaders of the Withered Hand? But that would mean... Shiri is one of them too? A necromancer? You think... Tears of Set with that text, and we have no idea where she is. This is unthinkable. Shiri came to me only a few months ago, but she seemed so dedicated. Of course she was. She was studying the Ansei wards. How could I not have seen this? I hope we find her before she does something terrible. It was not easy. I had to sneak by the Imperials, but I was worried about the book Shiri was carrying. I was worried the Withered Hand would get their hands on it. Unfortunately, though, it seems they already had it. I just don't know. Her brothers are dead, and we have recovered 2 of the Ansei wards. Does she have the 3rd? Is the Withered Hand now under her command? Was it all along? There are so many questions. I will need time. Time we don't have. I'm not sure. Perhaps the Motalian necropolis? Her father's remains are there. Yes, that may be where Shiri has gone. It is just on the other side of Sata Kalam. After the Imperials are driven out of the city, getting into the necropolis will be easier.
What he said.
I always forgive my enemies, but I will remember their names.
Did you hear something?
Sometimes a little lie saves a ton of explanation.
I never tell the truth to those unworthy of it.
Whatever it is you people seek to accomplish, your efforts will be to no avail. Wait, you're no Imperial. Are you with King Faharajad's army? Alas, I never dreamt I would say it, but I swear eternal loyalty to King Faharajad. We must cease this crown against forebear business. We must be united against the Imperials. By the gods, I swear that you infidels will all die. You will find that Red Guards are not merciful. Hold on. You're no Imperial. Does this mean we're going to take the city back? Ah, Thoda. I know him well. That's very encouraging. I've been listening to their strategies. I can give the General some good insights into how to plan the attack.
You filthy dog. You can hurt me if you wish, but I swear you will pay for attacking our city. To Waka's breath. You are not one of them. Did the king send his army then? These Imperials could launch a full invasion if they are not stopped. Then we must move with haste. The Imperials are using a secret passage to enter the city. If we can collapse the passage, we can stop them from sending reinforcements. There are old smuggling tunnels that run beneath the mountains from Bankorai to Sata Kalam. I believe the entrance to one of these tunnels lies beneath Magnifico Korshad's manor. I believe he betrayed us to the Imperials. Everyone else was killed or kept hostage, but I saw Magnifico Korshad walking freely among the Imperials. You should search his manor at the northeast edge of the city. That may put the Imperials on alert, though, so free all the hostages first.
Our enemy. Quickly, kill the intruder.
He hears voices in his head. Don't worry, they're good people.
Whoever you are, I rejoice that you have come to my rescue. The Imperials have kept me locked in here. I deemed it likely that they would seize control of all Alik'r, and there would be nowhere to flee to. Yes, it's true, but only because resisting would have been to no avail. They sought to use my manor as their command center. They would have slain me if I had not complied. Coming in, I do not have any insight on this. I have been contained here in the manor the whole time. I did not even witness the Imperials marching into the city. Yes, but please don't hurt me. I did. I permitted the Imperials to use the smuggling tunnel beneath the manor, but I regret it now. There's a hatch below. Take the key. Do whatever you wish. There are barrels of kindle pitch down in the tunnel. If you place them near the supports and ignite them, that should collapse the tunnel. I am very sorry for what I have done. Perhaps you could permit me to leave?
I prayed someone would come.
Good work. Hostages came out and we attacked. Cut right through the bastards and scoured the city. Just a handful of Imperials holding out now. They still haven't figured out how they got here, though. I'm worried reinforcements may be on the way. It was a tunnel. Does that mean they were coming from Bankarai? I guess that's a concern for another time. I'm damn glad you collapsed the tunnel, though. I guess that's a good day's work for all of us. There's more to be done, though. Always is, isn't there? Prince Azaz's here. He says they've tracked down the third Ansei ward, and he wants you to join him as soon as possible at the Mutalian necropolis. It's a dark place. The largest necropolis in all Alik'r. It's just west of Satakalam. If the Withered Hand's there, I know the prince needs help. I'll send troops as soon as we're done in the city, but I suggest you join him now if you can.
Oh, Ruptka, who set the stars in the sky, why? Why have you deserted me? Believe it or not, this is the High Temple, Satakalam. Everyone agreed it was the most beautiful temple in all Alik'r, before the Imperials came. But they have defiled our sacred space. I do not know how we can restore its former glory. Because they are worshippers of Molag Bal. They spit on our faith. They spit on our culture. They spit on our gods. Not only did they kill the other priests, but they ransacked the building, taking everything of value and destroying the rest. I don't know. Perhaps. All these other things can be replaced, but they took the temple's relics, sacred ornaments that date back to the time of the regatta. If you could reclaim these relics, that would be a start. If you can restore our relics, perhaps my faith will return, and we can restore the temple. There are 3 relics missing. They represent body, mind, and spirit. The Sword of Shabnam, Majil's Scroll, and the Lamp of the Satakalam. I would gladly trade places with any of them, and I tried. I begged the Imperials to take my life, but they left me. They wanted me to stay here and suffer with the knowledge of my useless faith.
I know you. You exposed the Mad Constable in Koglin Village. Ruptka guide you.
Am I glad to see you?
Quick! Out there!
You return. I cannot believe. Do you have the relics? I did not believe. I prayed and prayed, but felt nothing. I was convinced the gods had deserted me. But you are their sign to me. You must act with the honors, of course. Replace the relics on their respective altars. I believe I can sense the gods returning already. I lost my faith, but you have restored it. No, you have done enough. More than enough. You have restored the temple's treasures. These relics were all that was here when the temple was built, and they are all that is needed for it to be rebuilt.
You're here? Thank the gods. We need you. The third Ansei ward is here. That girl, Shiri, the scholar's apprentice. She is a necromancer, and she has come to the necropolis. We have to stop her. Raising the dead. The consecrated dead. The very dangerous consecrated dead. The most evil people who ever walked the sands of the Alik'r are entombed in the Italian necropolis. Prince Azah and I came to stop them, but we were overpowered. I fear he is either dead or taken captive. We were attacked by so many, so fast. I tried to find him, but to no avail. I came back to catch my breath. With you here, though, I am willing to try again. If you are, that is. We must hurry to find the prince. That girl, Shiri. She is not who we thought she was. She is heartless. Given the chance, I have no doubt she will kill the prince and raise him as her undead thrall. We must not allow that to happen. We were cleaning up at Tava's blessing, putting down the risen dead that remained, but the prince learned that the withered hand had been seen here. When we entered the necropolis, they attacked immediately, and Shiri was leading them. Yes. Prince Azah said she was the sister to Uwafa and Alasan. He remembered her from when she was a little child. I was just shocked to see her cursing us and casting her dark magics. She is the most evil person I have ever seen. Thronekeeper Farvad and several of the prince's guards came here with us, but most of them were killed when we were attacked. It happened so fast. We should have been more prepared. He came on his own. He said someone warned him about Shiri and that he was directed to come to Metalian Necropolis. Of course, he also said Tuwaka was speaking to him, so I am not sure how much to believe. To raise an army, we assumed. Thronekeeper Farvad suspected something else, though. He would not say exactly, but he seemed very concerned. Perhaps the prince understood what he was nervous about. Regardless, we need to find him quickly.
can't believe you're finding me like this again. It was humiliating enough the last time. There's no time for jests, though. The Withered Hand has stolen back the Ansei wards we recovered. They have all 3 again. You gave Ansei Maja's ward to me for safekeeping, so I was holding on to it. Thronekeeper Farvad was here too, with Ansei Radon's ward. I think Shiri planned it this way. I think she lured us here to get the wards back. Isn't it obvious? She was fooling us all. Apprenticing with Scholar Zore so she could learn about the Ansei wards. Coming along with us to Tava's blessing. She is diabolical. She is like her father. She is the sibling we were warned about. I don't know. I don't even know what she's planning. If we get the Ansei wards back, that should at least slow her down, though. Shiri took Ansei Maja's ward into the next room, where she performed some kind of ritual. No. After she finished the ritual, she left. But I think the ward is still in there. Please, you have to go in there and get it. And then find Thronekeeper Farvad and the ward he was carrying. I'll catch up. If you untie me first, that is.
Thanks to my sister, I am restored, and now I will have my vengeance!
What have I done? What have I done? I have struck down one of our ancestors. I have betrayed my vows, my people, my god. Tuwaka, how could you allow me to do this? No, I am not all right. Not all right at all. I have failed Tuwaka. First, I lost Ansei Radan's ward, and then to get it back, I was forced to strike down the honored dead. Now the ward is corrupted, and so am I. Well, perhaps. Tuwaka says now that you are here, there is a way. I must cleanse the ward, but I will need you to protect me while I do. Would you do that for me, my friend? The dead? That witch, Shiri, has set them against us. They will try to stop me from cleansing the ward. But if you will defend me, I can cleanse it. If you are ready. Tuwaka says we should do this as soon as we can. I will cleanse the blade. You keep them off of me. Says to keep it up. You are doing a good job. Yes, we are close now. That's it. Just a bit more. There. It is done. Come, quickly now. We must stop this woman, Shiri. Meet me at the central tomb. Glad you caught up. I am glad you came to the necropolis in the first place. Tuwaka says, you are the one who must stop Shiri from doing this dark deed. She is planning to resurrect her father, the necromancer Satura. I was much younger when this man tried to turn the Alik'r into a kingdom of undeath. But I will never forget the horror, the terror. Oh, we cannot allow Satura to return. He was the most powerful necromancer to ever walk these sands. Worse than his children, I suspect. Tuwaka warns me, Satura will be unstoppable if he is returned from the dead. He will be a great lich, or something even more terrible. We will kill her and retrieve the last Ansei ward. Shiri has sealed the tomb, though. Tuwaka says 2 of us will have to channel the wards we have to open the door. The other one can go in and join you in the fight. You must choose who will come. I will join you if you wish. I am no great warrior. I am only a humble priest. But Tuwaka says I can be of great assistance to you in this battle. He says it is up to you to make this decision, though. I am not one inclined to inflict pain and suffering, but I am skilled in doing the opposite. Tuwaka says this will be a very hard battle even for you. He says it would be my duty to keep you in the fight, to keep you healed. Tuwaka walks with you, and so will I.
All right. Let us open the door, then.
This wall will not stand before the power of an Ansei ward.
It is done. Tuwaka says it is time for us to go in.
This is for Uwapa! This is for Alasan! I need healing! This is for all my family. But my father will avenge me. Sutura will avenge us all!
I live again. You die.
Done. Alik'r is safe again. Come, hero. Gather my ward. Opened a portal to Sentinel. You three may enter, but I must speak with your friend. honor and faith are due all. But you who have come from afar, your contribution is matched in measure only by the length of your journey. Thank you. Through you, the Ansei wards have been recovered, and so it will be through you they are restored. You have accomplished a heroic feat today, but there is more to be done. Return the Ansei wards to their rightful place, the Impervious Vault. The vault is stronger. It will protect the ward so that we can again protect the Alik'r. I have opened this portal to the vault. You may use it if you wish.
One cannot be a great ruler without first being an impeccable judge of character. You walked into my palace a stranger, but I trusted you immediately. You have proven that my faith was well placed. Come, though. This is an historic day. We have strengthened the seals on the Impervious Vault. Your friends and many others have gathered to witness the return of the Ansei wards to their rightful place. Take them. The honor is yours.
Once again, our sacrifice has proven worthy. Alik'r belongs to the living, and the dead can return to the rest they have earned. The vile arts will return to these sands again someday. And again, we will be ready.
Balance is restored. Balance is Balance is restored. The dead can rest, the living can thrive, and we can return to our vigil.
The wards are restored, and so are we. We can again maintain vigil over the living and the dead, and ensure that both adhere to the divine laws of Tu'whacca. Your role in this has not gone unnoticed, young one. For us, it is never finished. But for you, your road leads elsewhere. You have done for Alik'r far more than many others would have. You have fought bravely, sacrificed honorably. You have acted as an Ansei would have. Your path is your own, but be assured, Tu'whacca has blessed you. And wherever you go, the gods will be with you. Remain steadfast, mortal, and may you come safely to your journey's end.
Today is a good day, my friends. Our sacred guardians are restored. Vega! The specter of undeath threatened our kingdom, our lives. The sands of the Alik'r howled with the outrage of our honored ancestors. Now, though, the spawn of Satura are dead, and they will remain that way. The withered hand is scattered.
Woo! Honor and faith!
Honor and faith! Many of you already know this. But all this was accomplished only because of this one who stands here before you. The spirit of Divad raises his blade and salute. Someday, this hero's song
will be sung in the chants of praise. All hail our great protector. All hail the hero of the Alik'r.
In addition to the public praise, I must add my own private words of appreciation, Wayfarer. You not only saved the kingdom, you also saved its king. My reign would have been buried in the sands had you not intervened. Thank you. In honor of your selfless dedication, your unwavering courage, and the incredible service you have done the kingdom, I have a gift. This was one of Sentinel's greatest treasures. Now it is yours. I know you will use it well. It may seem unappreciative to ask more of you, but I would be neglecting my duty to the Daggerfall Covenant if I did not inform you of the tragedy at Bangarai. Any hope of King Eamond is dead, killed by the Reachmen. They have long sought to reclaim northern Bangarai, and the war in Cyrodiil has given them the perfect opportunity. I am told the Reachmen march on Evermore even now. The city is in grave danger. Of course, but it'll take time. Time Evermore doesn't have. You could go now. They need someone like you to rally the city's defenses. After what you've accomplished here, I have no doubt you can make a difference. Will you go, Wayfarer? King Eamond had a stable boy who kept me informed. But I've heard nothing since the king's death. Not even word of who assumed the throne. His name is Ramza. Find him, and tell him I sent you to help. We cannot allow Bangarai to fall. Indeed, a son and a daughter. Very young last I saw them, but his son would be his heir. Eamond's wife, Queen Argella, is cousin to King Emeric, so she is likely acting as regent. Whatever is necessary to keep Bangarai from falling. If the situation in Bangarai is as dire as it sounds, I expect Emeric will send a Lion Guard. But they will have to muster and march from Wayrest, so it will take time. Still, if Evermore can hold out against the Reachmen, aid will eventually come. Most of the Buellsay River shipping has been commandeered for the war. So I suggest you take the bridge from Stormhaven, or if you prefer, there is a more expedient way. Gabrielle can open a portal. You can be in Evermore within the hour.
Did I overhear correctly? Faharajad asked you to go to Evermore? Sounds like that place is shaping up to be a real trouble spot. I wish I could come along, but the guild's got me doing something else. Probably not nearly so interesting.
such a relief to see a familiar face in this ghastly desert, particularly today. You helped me get the crown of Anton. Would you consider assisting in my archaeological efforts again? I've encountered something of a setback here. Well, I discovered this fabulous portal in the Alik'r ruins. I sent my assistant through, and it was a mistake. The portal apparently leads to somewhere in the Grotwood, and basically he returned with the Aldmeri army at his heels. Yes, and unfortunately it seems they're now planning a full-scale invasion. Establishing a base, building siege weapons. We need to close the portal, quickly. I discovered an old tome that explains how, if I can find it again. Will you help me? You're a true hero, and I mean that. My camp is beside the ruins. That's where I left the book. Get the book, use it to activate the large pillars in the ruins. Then meet me inside the west door to the lower ruins. The portal's down there. How kind of you to ask. Let's see. I was in Hrothgar for a while, but Orcish history is such a bore, so I left there and visited some Dwemer ruins in Morrowind. Then I wound up coming here. Stibbons has remained with me, of course, regrettably. Who knows? Who cares? The blathering fool created such a mess here. He's become a liability, especially since the Tomb of Kings. I have a new man assisting me now. He's much more efficient. Not as efficient as you, but you're not for hire. I suppose that's a reasonable question. As you might imagine, the elves have locked the main entrance to the portal room. There is a back way, however, through an old prison of some sort. The pillars unlock the door into the prison. Oh, I haven't the foggiest notion what's in the prison. It's been centuries, though. Whatever was down there is surely dead. If not, well, you seem capable enough. And it can't be any worse than the damned elves. My researchers in High Rock gave me the essential background. Solace N was an Ayleid stronghold, built by human slaves in the Merethic era. The elves eventually got what they deserved during the Yokuden colonization of Hammerfell in the First Era. It's quite fascinating, really. It would seem to prove that the Altmer and the Ayleids were still connected further into the Merethic era than we believed. I actually wrote a book on the subject. Well, someone wrote it for me, but who's counting?
Oh, hello there. I remember you, from that tomb in Glenumbra. My memory is so foggy, but I remember your face. You won't believe this, but Lady Laurent has fired me. Now I don't know what to do. Because it's all my fault. The Aldmeri. Lady Laurent sent me through the portal to investigate. When the elves saw me, I ran and led them to the portal. So now she hates me. Please, I beg you, will you help me get back in her good graces? Praise you, praise you. I'm trying to gather all her things, but her tools are scattered out in the ruins, and those are her most important possessions. If you'll get the tools for me, I just know she'll forgive me. I just know it. There's one more thing you should know. Lady Laurent hired this thuggish Tamian fellow. I believe she already asked him to recover her tools. You should speak to him up on the ramparts. Tell him we have it taken care of. Because he's a brute, and I need to be the one to give her the tools. If I can't make her forgive me, she'll just leave me here, and then what will I do? This is my only chance. No, that expedition was quite a success. And I was the one who found you. There's simply no explanation for why she's treating me this way.
I find it inconceivable that any Aldmeri could have called this blight their home.
I fear I will never be able to get all this sand out of my ears.
Who knew the desert would be so empty? Did you see that?
You missed quite a sight.
I wonder how long he has been.
When I laughed at him, the beast actually growled. Inform me that we will be ready to march on Sentinel within a few weeks.
Well, well, if it isn't my old friend from Crosswitch. Let me guess, Lady Laurent has you helping clean up this mess she made. Or is it Stibbons, the bootless coward? He's hoping Lady Laurent will forgive him. Did he? I'm surprised he could get that out through the whimpering and whining. Lady Laurent already has someone to recover her tools, and you would recover them and give Stibbons the credit? Just following orders. Even before this, Stibbons couldn't keep up, so Lady Laurent hired me. I was just getting a bird's eye view before getting to work. Say, though, if you were going to save Stibbons the trouble, why not help me instead? Well, for one thing, I'm better looking. For another, I'm actually getting paid. Stibbons was always just a glorified slave. Help me get the tools and I'll cut you in. Don't think too long. I'll go down there and get the tools myself if I have to. They're in backpacks, by the way. I bet Stibbons didn't even tell you that. I was wondering if you were going to ask that. Yeah, I snatched up a few tool bags earlier. But there's no reason for me to give them to you, is there? I suppose if you want to lug around the extra weight, I won't complain. Once you've got them all, though, just remember to bring them back to me, not Stibbons. Don't think too long. I'll go down there and get the tools myself if I have to. There. Ah!
The Aldmeri had tremendous foresight to place the portal here.
Well, I think I've gathered up all of Lady Laurent's personal effects from the camp. I just need those tools from out in the ruins. I don't suppose you beat Tamian to them, did you? Praise the Eight! You just saved my reputation and my livelihood. Can I have the tools, then? Ha! That sneaky Tamian fellow sure will be surprised. Hopefully now Lady Laurent will forgive me and realize we don't need any hired help. A mercenary. What in oblivion was she thinking?
certainly made short work of those elves. There seem to be few odd skeletons down here. No problem for you, I'm sure. Now, I assume you found the old tome in my camp? Thank you very much. Fortunately, I can translate the ancient Iliad, and that should tell us how to close the portal. It's through this door right behind me. The problem is that it's locked, but it appears that it's controlled by a switch deeper in the ruins. Would you be a dear and find the switch? If only I could have someone like you around full time. If you'll get the switch, that will give me time to study up whatever words I need to speak to close the portal. Once you get it opened, I'll just go on in, so meet me in the portal room.
Before you speak, stranger, know this. For centuries, a spell has bound me. Many have tried to free me and failed. This prison has no lock or bonds to break. Did you hear me? This is no common spell. It was cast by Aldmeri wizards long since dead. This is a true curse. The task is beyond you. Of course, a fool would still try. Do as you wish. I won't harbor faint hope. For centuries, amateurs like yourself have tried to release me. Fools, all of you. You'd have a better chance of becoming the next Emperor. It pains me to speak of the past. Would you force me to relive such bitter memories? Ha! Please! There's a word I remember well. Please, she said to me. No one will know, she promised. She was wrong. Nuralanya, she was called in her High Elven tongue. She was just Nura when we were together. I could deny her nothing. I was enthralled, a slave madly in love with his master. Our secret was eventually exposed, and the elves were furious. Our love was an abomination in their eyes. They decided execution was too kind a punishment for our crime. I was here, and she was there. To see one another, but not able to hear, or touch, or hold. Yet even that torment was insufficient for their retribution. The elves wove a spell to extend my life and prolong my torment. Elves live a long time, but not forever. I sat and watched as Nura slowly grew old and died. Sometime after that, the Regatta came and slaughtered the other elves. But even with them dead, the spell held strong. It was the Regatta, the warrior wave. The warriors sought vengeance. The swords of Yakuta passed through these halls, and the High Elves were washed away. They would have killed me, were it not for this spell. Instead, I watched, safely ensconced within this prison, as my captors were slaughtered. Many centuries passed before I learned who the warriors were, or from whence they came. A foreign people had arrived on these shores. They came from a distant land. Yakuta, it was called. Yakutan warriors set out to conquer the new world they found. Singers named them the Regatta. If I knew, don't you think I would have escaped by now? All I know is the tiles must be used in the right order, and the order was determined by time, whatever that means. Didn't expect that to work. Doing that? Onto something. By the bloody fangs of Moloch! By the stench of Moloch's gaping maw! What have you done? How can this be? I'm free? I should thank you, but I don't even think this is what I wanted. It's been so long since my life was my own. This is all I know. I don't want to leave.
Thought I know in love would never utter such words.
Nura, is it really you? It's been so long.
We've suffered enough of this curse. By the grace of Mara, I've been allowed to take you beyond this mortal realm.
Finally, a release from the suffering of this world.
Come, my love. We have the rest of eternity to be together.
They have so much faith in that seal they put on the main door. They don't even have anyone guarding the portal. I'm not complaining, though. Are you ready to do this? Alright. You're going to have to protect me, though. The chamber may be clear now, but as soon as I start the ritual, they'll realize it on the other side. They might try to charge through and stop us. Alright, let's get this started. Goroso Neyaka? Woohoo! Take that, you damned elves! Wait, I just lost my place. Alusaba Takio? Taco? How do you pronounce this? Alright, I think I've got it. Mala Alu Takeo. Well, that takes care of that now, doesn't it? I'm actually quite relieved. It would have been so embarrassing to have been responsible for the fall of Alik'r. After I opened the portal, I considered just leaving and denying that I was ever here. I am too. Now. If you would, though, I still would prefer to keep this quiet. I do have a reputation to uphold, you know.
This is truly a sign from Rudka.
In the sand, beetles. Behind the rocks, beetles. Around the Johads, beetles. Last night I woke up and one was in my tent just watching me. We can't do our work. Sentinel's going to run out of water. They've overrun our camps. Anytime we approach the rain catches in the center of the fields, we get attacked. But that's it for me. I'm done dodging bugs. You want to help? Speak to Overseer Jahi. She's in charge. This is her problem.
If you've come to buy water, I apologize for the sorry state of the Johads. My idiot brother has all but ruined us. I suppose it'll fall to me to dig the family out of this sand pit. The water's been contaminated. To top it off, whatever's tainted the Johads seems to attract the desert beetles. Workers won't go near the Johads, and with good reason. But I still need to find out what's contaminated our lifeblood. I do. The workers have rest camps in between the Johads. If someone brought in this poison, there may be evidence of it there. If you can find something of import, bring it to me. I'll be at the main Johad down the road. There are reservoirs. Even in the desert, there is moisture in the air. The rain catchers collect it and funnel it into the Johads. Then we carry the water to the city in large urns. Or at least, that's what we normally do. Almor? Where you see the heaviest work done, look for him elsewhere. This is our family's business. He should show proper pride in our work. Ah, well. I can take care of the Johads, once these beetles are gone.
That smell. It's the same that's coming up from the Johads. Is that what was in the bottle you picked up? Jahi will never believe me, but I want to find out who did this as much as she. I know. And in a way it is. Our father put me in charge of the Johads after I returned from Sentinel. Within a fortnight, most of the Johads reeked of this musk. Even so, I have no idea how any of this happened. Only one way to know for sure. A taste test. These 3 Johads are the ones attracting the most beetles. See if the water has the same flavor as that vial. She has her reasons, and I respect them as I do her. It would make no difference if I defend myself now. The important thing is that we find out what's happened to the Johads.
To think I almost got away from the family business. Father giving it to my younger brother seemed like the perfect compromise. But look where it's brought us. Have you found anything? I recognize this. It's the same kind of vial my brother's wife uses for her alchemy. Is she responsible for this madness, I wonder? Ohama's a Khajiit apothecary from Sentinel. I had no quarrel with her, but if she's responsible for this, my father must know. She cares for him in the house just beyond here. Father didn't approve of their marriage, of course, but she is very skilled.
Come here, little one.
I welcome you to my father's home. Please, excuse our scant hospitality. I've been tending to Naseran day and night, and it leaves little time to prepare for guests. How may I aid you? It is mine. A rare bug musk, used in some Basmer cooking, if I recall. I thought I'd misplaced it on the trip here. Tell me, where did you find it? Blessed Ban! Tuwaka, I beg you keep your voice down. My father-in-law would truly turn me out if he heard such rumors. How could it be? I swear upon my very clothes, I had nothing to do with the Johads. You must believe me. Still, I would not know. Many of the workers come in and out of the house for refreshments. So perhaps one of them took it. But still, why would they do such a thing? There is one way to find out who took the bottle. It is strange, but wait and listen. Outside, a woman peddles her trained lizards. Ask if her pets can track scents. such as this bug musk. Just holding the vial leaves a residue on one's hands. If you find who held the vial, you'll find who stole it.
Greetings, Sandwalker. I can tell by that look in your eye, you know lizards. Do they speak to you? Do you enjoy the feel of their cool scales against your cheek? Yes, you understand. I know you do. Of course. Did you know lizards smell with their tongues? They are quite adept at detecting even the faintest trace of a scent. I have a fine tracking lizard if you're interested in purchasing one. I'll even train him to the scent of your choice. You have spent your gold very wisely, Sandwalker. Give me the scent, and the lizard will be yours. And just like...
A friendly one, isn't it?
What an adorable lizard.
A friendly one, isn't it?
Hold.
Ugh, stop
This has gone
biting
on
me,
long
lizard.
enough. I don't know who you are, but if you seek the one responsible for the Johads, you do so backwards. Come. Jahi should hear this as well. I'm tired of secrets. Some of the workers made some bad decisions. They're not the one who orchestrated it. They were bribed to administer that poison to the Johads. They swore they had no idea it would bring disaster upon us. And it probably was. The man I spoke to was no Khajiit, though that is all I can say about him. He was hidden from view when we first spoke, his voice muffled. I refused to take his gold. I knew sooner or later someone would. Some of the workers said the payoff location was inside the house. That was before the Beatles came. After that, no one wanted anything to do with this strange man's scheme. I'd searched there for any sign of who this person was.
It is not as it seems. I love Almor with all of my being. Why would I do anything to hurt the ones he loves?
Search the house. As Fairmuz says, if you find nothing, I must assume Ohama's lying and throw her and my fool brother out. That is, if he ever shows up again, the lazy slug.
can't believe my sister thinks Ohama had something to do with this. Where is Father? I demand to talk to him! What? And Father is gone too? Do you think they've done something to him? Sepp spit. What else could go wrong? What have you found in your search? Then whoever else was in here smells of it too. We need some way to detect the scent and follow their trail. Brilliant. You follow the trail and my sister and I will spread out to look for Father. They can't have taken him far. He is an old man after all.
Seems my secret is a secret no more.
Father? Are you all right?
Wasn't expecting to run into a beetle. It must have followed my scent.
You poisoned the Johads? But why?
Father, your wound.
My last wish was for the Johads to remain within the family. But it costs nothing but strife.
No. You can't die. Not now.
Listen. I wish for your happiness. Promise me. The Johads.
We will find happiness, Father. I swear to you.
This is my fault. I'm the one who wanted to sell the Johads. My father deserved better than this. It falls to one of us to take charge of the Johads. Father always wanted me to have them, but I feel I'm the one who truly betrayed the family.
Father's dead. And for what? Some false sense of security that we won't sell the Johads? I'll never understand. It falls to one of us to take charge of the Johads. Father always wanted Jahi to have them, but she's never wanted them. Neither of us have.
This is my fault. I'm the one who wanted to sell the Johads. It falls to one of us to take charge of the Johads. Yes, I am prepared to take them. I just never thought... Well, I am eldest after all. This is my duty. We'll mend our family here. We won't fail our father's dream. I can't. Not after all this. It'll be hard work, but together we'll do it, as a family. I've always been too hard on him. He's found a beautiful wife, and he's always cared for Father all these years. He's done well for himself. Father would be proud.
I expect the beetles to clear out soon, and then we can get back to work. I'm never overjoyed to get back to work, but I am grateful to fulfill my father's dying wish.
I know people despise the Ashaba, but I appreciate the sacrifice you make. The sacrifice Samir made.
Business isn't what it used to be. You're not here for the lizard races, are you? I thought not. Lizard racing doesn't draw the crowd it used to. They've seen the same lizards race time and time again. To stay in business, I need something to spice things up. Rena breeds racing lizards, but won't enter them in my races. She wants me to fail so she can take over. Maybe you can convince her to give you a winning lizard. She wanted to buy this track, but I outbid her. Rena's over there with her lizards waiting for the track to fail so she can buy it cheap. If you can bring me a fast lizard, though, the track can stay in business. What do you say?
Come to admire my lizards? All my little babies are highly trained. You should see Hiram do a trick. Ninabon in Sentinel sells good lizards, and Hatia near Bergama has sold a few good racers. Unfortunately, I only carry one lizard suited for racing, a three-toed skink. He's not fast enough to be a winner, but you never know. Excellent. Remember, he's not the fastest of the bunch, but maybe in the right hands he'll do well. If you plan to enter your lizard in a race, you'll need to put it in a starting cage. I offer a nutritious snack that gives any lizard more energy for their upcoming race. It's no guarantee, but it'll increase your chances of being a winner. I'll feed it to your lizard before you go. It can get a little messy. There, all done. He's bright-eyed and ready to run.
Luck shall be ours, friend. We have a new contender. And here's the release. Look at them go.
So soon? I still have many terrific lizards to choose from. Were you looking for something specific? Don't feel bad. Could have been the sands too hot or too cold. If you've done everything right, best just to try again. You'll find few collectors around Alik'r. It's just not the sport it used to be. Ninabon in Sentinel and Hatia in Bergama both sell a few good racers.
When you hunt lizards on the sands, you must know their favorite basking spots.
I make sure the softest and warmest pits are clear of debris. And then, the lizards come to me. Are you then? And you believe I have your lucky lizard? That I may. That I may. I do have a rather speedy spined lizard. What will you give me for him? Then here you are. Good luck to you.
On the restless ones.
We have a... And here's the release. Look at them go! Magnificent upset. The newcomer wins.
You sure found me a fast lizard. Did you hear the crowd? They loved it. The new lizard is just the draw this track needs. And I spoke with Rena as well. She'll help me with the track for a small investment. Meeting you turned my life around. May Tall Papa guide your steps.
I've lost a fortune in this mine. I was wealthy a month ago, and then the spiders came. Who knows what brought them, but it didn't stop our production. Now the spiders are everywhere. I've closed the mines, but the last prospectors haven't come out. The last prospector to go in was Sekbar. I warned him that the mine was dangerous, but he said he had to go. After that, things got out of hand. I closed the whole operation down. Then that orc showed up. Shagora said she was Sekbar's betrothed. She went in after him, and that's the last person I've let in since. That is, unless you see fit to go in after them.
Someone out there? I'm in a cocoon, help! Merciful Ruka, my prayers are answered. Help me. Please, get me out before that spider monstrosity comes back. I've been trapped in this cocoon for days. Ah, Cora's really here? I thought her voice came from a dream. If she's gone deeper into the mines, I must find her. This spider's silk is tight. I can feel the threads moving. Spiders are not. I've got to break free. Yes, I've been too afraid to move. Too afraid of the spiders. I can't leave the mines without Shigora. I think I felt something give. Yes, it's breaking open.
Help me find Shigora. She must have gone further.
Desire brings you here, mortal. You seek the orc female, perhaps? She is now an ornament to my collection. Some of this world claim the gods as ancestors. To them, the Daedra are divine beings who are not the ancestors of Tamriel's people. Your divines exhausted much of their power shaping your world. We did not. To do that, I propose a trade. You may feed an elder spider, or you can let my children feed on your Redguard friend. His taste pleased them greatly. Then I shall not let you speak to her. It is simple. Now, will you stand about doing nothing, or take my trade? Wonderful. They wait just behind you. Do not worry. The venom ensures there is little pain. Such sweet nectar you mortals carry in your veins. A shame it goes to waste. Indeed. The way is open to you and your Redguard friend. And if you desire to stay, I shall have no objections. Go in.
Curse this darkness, I can't see a thing! Are you another one of Naluroan's illusions? Don't think I am a fool, I know your tricks. Where is Sekbar? If that's the case, then where is he? No, you're just another one of Naluroan's puppets, but you can't get into my mind. I'll never let you copy my Sekbar. What? Where? Stop lying, illusion. When I get out of this place, I'll torch it and squish anything that manages to crawl out. Just you wait.
The Orc woman is strong-willed. A challenge, but one that I will conquer nonetheless. What do you think of my menagerie, mortal? Would you like to take your place within? Ah, threats are next, perhaps? Dear mortal, I have not harmed any of my collection. They provide me with comfort and entertainment,
and my children with sustenance every now and again. In return, I care for their every need. I do not fear you, mortal. You are in my lair. I allow you to see me because it is convenient. Oh, I'm sure you could escape my nest in time. But these two would surely not survive. As you can tell, the orc is resistant to my charms. She has not made a good specimen. I propose a trade of sorts. Give me the red guard, and I will give you the orc. The orc woman is strong-willed.
I see her now. That Daedra has her in its grasp. We must save her! I'm no hero, but I can't stand by while my love is trapped by this Daedra. Maybe she'd take me in exchange. A month ago, I would have fled. Marriage scared me. Spiders scared me. But I've been running too long. This time I acted like a true warrior and faced my fear.
The orc woman is strong-willed. A challenge. Ah, threats are next, perhaps. I do not fear you, mortal. As you can tell, the orc is resistant to my charms. That can be done as well. Give them both to me, and I will provide them with a long and happy life together. Once my poison takes them, they will see what I weave. A safe life together, a happy existence. What else does a mortal crave? Mortal, I am nothing if not true to my word. The pair need not even know you existed. You are free to leave in peace.
Setbar, do you know how long I've been looking for you?
I'm sorry, sweetness. How did we get here again?
Strange, we were in a mine, but we're outside your father's house now.
Never mind that silly daydream, my dearest.
You silly oaf. Oh, I can't stay mad at you, love.
True love. Ah, it warms my silent heart. They will be happy for the rest of their mortal lives. And do not worry. It will be a full and healthy lifetime in my nest. Such prizes like these are not to be wasted.
I never should have listened to Sekbar. Look at all the trouble he's caused. Safe? Then where is he? Do you mean he has met his ancestors? Did the spiders kill him in Shigora? A spider, Daedra? Could these mines be any more cursed? This was a fool's errand. Once I return to Sentinel, I'll never leave again. Sep's coils are never-ending, friend. I'm sure you did what you could for them.
I cannot believe it. My sweet Musie led you to my bones, didn't she? That is true loyalty. Musie and I walked these deserts together in life, and even death cannot change that. I paid an enchanter to ensure I could come back and be with her even in death. Unfortunately, it was the jackals that got me. They scattered my bones all over and I couldn't come back. But my music came through. With your help. Thank you. This is even better than I hoped. Think of all the fringe benefits. I don't need to worry about food, water, or even the heat anymore. But most important, I still get to be with my sweet Musie. Musie? I couldn't ask her to do that. She is a lover, not a fighter. When the jackals were chasing us, I realized they were going to catch us. So I did what any loyal friend would do. I commanded her to run on, and I sacrificed myself. The same thing that happened to me. I had her enchanted as well, of course. She will come back, and we will continue on our way. We both love the desert, Musie and I. And this way we can wander these sands together forever.
Much of Lecky's...
You look like you're at loose ends. Interested in making some money? The boss hired a matchmaker named Ashtad to find a groom for his daughter, and he sent me out here to recruit someone. He says he'll pay well. He's up at our camp now. Can you help? I've been out here long enough. No, you'll help Ashtad. The boss suspended hostilities for the wedding. No one will attack you. And if you take the job, tell that matchmaker to call me in. This is no work for a certified cutthroat. Go on, through the tunnel and up the hill.
You must be here to work with that matchmaker lug. If so, the boss says I can't touch you. Which is a shame, because some of that stuff you're wearing looks pricey.
Who are you? You don't look like one of the ungodly. Wait, are you here to help the matchmaker? Because that's me. Yes, well, I'm in a bind. I'm considering potential grooms for Sarvia at Wilder, but she refuses to talk to me. I have to know what she wants in a husband, or Wilder the Ungodly, who hired me, won't gather the dowry. So I need you to talk to her. Alik'r. Great. Once you learn what Sarvia at Wilder wants in a groom, talk to her father, Wilder the Ungodly. Tell him it's time to get the dowry where the grooms can inspect it, to see how serious we are. Now go, and be persuasive.
Don't talk to me. I have problems. Big problems. You wouldn't understand. I guess he's just not going to give up and go away. All right. I suppose I'll have to talk to you then. At least you have an honest face. So, As if I didn't know. What is it he wants? I'm not looking for a bridegroom at all. Marriage? Maluk, take it. I want to travel. See the world. Have adventures. No. You should be talking to my father, Wilder the Ungodly. This was his idea, not mine.
Are you here to help arrange my daughter's marriage? She's got her mother's spirit and her temper. So, what does Sarvia at Wilder expect in a bridegroom? Good! Then it's up to me. First, he needs to be strong, or my daughter will make a fool of him. Respectful of his elders, and wealthy, of course. Oh, and not too hard on the eyes. I don't want to get sick of looking at him. Of course, of course. A good groom deserves a good dowry. I have some gold and silks from, well-wishers. They're stored in the upper camp. Gather the goods and take them to the entrance tunnel. Ashtad wants the dowry near the entrance where prospective grooms can inspect it. I'll send a guard down with a chest. Place the dowry in it. All right, off you go.
There you are, you swindler!
Still alive. Quick, get me out of here. All right, I suppose I owe you that. I'm not a matchmaker. I'm a swindler, a confidence man. This is one of my classics. I tell the Mark I'll arrange a marriage, they gather a dowry. I steal the dowry and disappear. Now, get me out of here. Because I've reformed. Now I only target those who deserve it, like these idiot bandits. I'm only taking their ill-gotten gains. Serves them right. The keys to unlock my shackles are in Wilder's tent. Get them, please?
Looking for something? A set of keys, perhaps? Everything, I think. I'm not so easily fooled as my father. I knew there was something wrong with that matchmaker from the start. Eventually, I figured out his game. The same way I figured you for a harmless dupe. You are, aren't you? Only if I get to go with you. Ashtad's plan was brilliant. A bit flawed, but brilliant. He probably would have gotten away with it if I hadn't tipped off my father. He lives the life I want, traveling the world and having exciting adventures. Sorry, I haven't got them. But I could get them if you can distract my father and the ungodly for a few minutes. My father and his bruisers are at the upper sparring ring, through the far tunnel. Why don't you go challenge him to a fight? Yes, he's bound by the unwritten laws of the ungodly. My father can't refuse a challenge and keep his position as the boss. Just don't kill him, all right? He may be an ox's arse, but he's still my father. Thank you. I'll grab the keys and free Ashtad while you distract the camp. Meet me outside our entrance tunnel after you've challenged my father. I am quite sure you'll survive.
I knew you couldn't be trusted. Now I get to take it out of your hide. What? How do you know about that? It's an unwritten law. Fine then. Go ahead. Watching the boss kill you isn't as good as doing it myself. But it's close.
How much gold did you take from my daughter's dowry? How full are your pockets, you snake?
Not even an ungodly. The rules might say that we have to swear loyalty to you, but to oblivion with that. We're bandits. We break the rules. No, I won't fight you, but I won't kneel to you. The others won't either. In fact, I suspect they're just as likely to cut you down as they were before. Wilder is the leader of the ungodly, and you are an enemy. I would leave if I were you.
My father, does he live? Good. As you can see, I have Ashtad. With my help, he might even become a good swindler someday. Anything would be better than staying in that camp. It's difficult to be the daughter of a man known as the Ungodly.
Can you believe Sarvia Wilder agreed to join me? I've been a one-man act till now, but she's a bright lass and will make a great partner. And she still holds the key for this chest. Tales of Angof's defeat by your hand have begun to spread. You're starting to make quite a name for yourself.